When nobody believed, all I did was stick to my guns and stick to my dreams. Knew it would work for me. Knew I wouldn't have to work. The work could go work for me. Now it's perfectly, it's all aligned. Got my own label, I ain't even signed. Talking to me like you seen it from the blind. When you talk, please look me in my eyes. Know you niggas be the master at disguise. Am I turtley enough to join your turtle club? How would I come up in that bitch and really turn it up? Break down hella backwoods, now we burning up baseball bats. Fatties all over the pad. Told that bitch to back it up and give me cash. Told her give it to your boy and make it add. They thought I wouldn't make it, they thought I'd do bad. I just sit back and laugh. Fuck these niggas thought. Big Surf Gawd in the building. Chris Charles, Legend Production, you bitch you. You niggas hella funny, bro. Ever think I was gonna stop this shit? I am the wave, nigga. And this is the Compton Surf Club.
What's up? What's up? What's up? We are on the News You Can Use podcast on this beautiful Saturday. I got RC Love in the house with us today. RC, introduce yourself. Tell me a little bit about yourself.
RC Love, born and raised in Chicago, Southside Inglewood. I'm really from 63rd for real. Yeah, I'm a community healer, like grassroots organizer, curator, artist, spoken word performer, father, yeah, meditation guide, therapist, author.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Jack of all creative trades. So yes, again, we on the News You Can Use podcast. I'm Sarah the Goddess. We got RC Love today, and this is a not typical, I guess you could say, interview. So while RC is an artist of many things, I have him on here, or wanted him on here specifically. So my first interview with an artist, her name is Tamani Joe. She's from Cali too, and when we were talking, she was like she want to get a meditation space in Cali and like just a space for creatives to kind of release and heal and all that. And I immediately, of course, thought of you. So this is definitely to not only inform people in other areas that want to start this, but then also when you are here in Houston, so you are from Chicago, but you are here in Houston doing this wonderful healing. So I just want you to go into how you started the healing, your journey, your pathway, the books that you got, and just kind of a background on why this is so important to you and why you got so heavy in it and what you're trying to do and your goals in it.
Kind of break it down. What's the first question?
Sorry. So what got you started in the meditation? Like, what led you to go through this?
Okay, so what started with me meditating? I actually started meditating when I was in prison. It was like the only way that I could like really like escape those walls. And it was through like mental meditation. So like I was unconsciously doing it and like not really realizing what I was doing. I was just like, I need to kind of like get away. And I used to just use my imagination through meditation to kind of like escape those walls ultimately. But over the last couple of years, the meditation with RC practice started a little bit over 2 years ago. And ultimately, what led to it was like after performing, in 2021, I set a goal to perform 100 times. and I accomplished that goal in October of the year, and like had a big concert, sold out. It was so much love and excitement around in the house and the building, but I still wasn't happy. I still wasn't fulfilled, and that's when I kind of like really realized that I had accomplished a lot of things I had been chasing, a lot of dreams, a lot of my goals, and I accomplished them, but I still wasn't happy. And even after I wrote my 2 books, I traveled the country speaking, and went on 2 book tours that I started and funded myself, organized and funded myself. And I just still wasn't happy. So I was like, it's internal. This is something that's internal. Like I need to find my happiness within, because it's like it's no outside entity or source that's able to give it to me.
Yeah.
Um, and that's what just led me to go deeper into my healing, to see like what the happiness really truly looked like for me. And
Yeah.
that's how I got deep into meditation. And just for me, like going into the meditation on my own and going into that self-healing journey on my own, it turned into a community. It turned into a following. I started having sessions in my garage. And ironically, my first session,
Mm.
you was my first student, I could say, that ever came to class of mine. So I definitely appreciate that. And that encouraged me to keep on going, because I saw that it was something that was bigger than me, and something that people that look like me could use and benefit from.
Yeah. And that's facts. I love that because a lot of people don't. I of
Mhm.
course have family members that been in prison, are in prison. That some of them don't come out with oh yeah, I'm gonna come out and do better, or even while inside. Like again, you got nothing but time. So reading books
Yeah,
and meditating and finding yourself and writing. Some people just don't do. They do what they do in jail. They do the same thing they
right.
was doing outside. Like, hey, this is my life, fuck it. So
No,
the
that's
fact that
real.
you came out and was like, or before you even came out, was like, nah, I'm
Yeah.
done with this. Done with this. And yes, like you said, I was just the first person to come in. That's why I definitely want you on here because I have a personal connection. I met you. I've been in your home. We ate food. I've met so many people through just coming to your spot. So I'm
Yeah.
definitely glad we got you on here for this. So tell me, like you said, you start out in the garage with meditation and yoga. So take me through the process of that growth of where you are now and some of the things that you're doing on a weekly basis.
Um, okay, so 2 years ago when I started in my garage, I really was just when I started the meditation spaces in my garage, I was ultimately like figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I didn't have a plan. My plan at the time was just to hold space in my garage, and like whoever want to come, whoever want to experience what I have to offer, I open the doors for them. And I was doing that every Sunday. And after like 3 months, 3, 4 months,
Mm-hmm.
I outgrew the garage. It got bigger than the garage. The community had really outgrown it. And from there, I started looking for different venues, and just really putting it out into the universe that I wanted to grow and expand, and really take it serious, and not just be like the garage meditation nigga, the garage meditation guy, and kind of like
Yeah.
really expand to the community. And like from those first couple of months, I was really able to learn that I had something of substance, and I had something that people needed.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, I really started to like master my practice, and really start to hone in on the craft, and ultimately create what I have now, which is a different form of meditation that's called rhythmic breathing.
Mm-hmm.
And it encompasses and is full of rhythm. So like breathing on beat, bathing on beat, meditating on beat. What I saw was that over these couple of years that like we are rhythmic people,
Mm-hmm.
and trying to go do meditation with just purely the sound frequencies without no rhythm, it get kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have like any type of anxiety, if you have any type of ADHD like I have,
Mm-hmm.
Then like it's damn near hard to kind of like sit down and focus
Yeah.
and just like quiet your thoughts. So it was it's been a beautiful journey. But over those 2 years, I've been able to now create safe spaces weekly. So every Monday, I had a Mindful Man Cave, which is an all men's healing group where we do meditation, we journal, and we commune and fellowship as brothers. And then every Wednesday, it's a community meditation session that's open to all people. Um, like I'm not closed off to working with anyone else, but mainly for Black people, for us, it's a
Yeah.
space for us, by us. It's predominantly by us. Like we are the majority in that space all the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I love that. So yeah, every Monday and Wednesday now I'm working weekly, working on a few different sessions to start monthly. About to start back doing private sessions, one-on-one sessions, and ultimately just raising awareness on the community about emotional trauma and the effects of emotional trauma and the residue of emotional trauma and how to identify and acknowledge and process and heal through emotional trauma. So
Mm-hmm.
that's really where I'm at right now. Just clearly defining the scope of my practice and really focusing on the emotional trauma aspect while offering the rhythmic breathing and the guided meditation to the community.
Okay. So with that, like, so you touched on frequencies and how
Okay.
just as just a community as Black people, we love our music and
Yeah,
all of that, but on a cellular, just as a person by person basis, like what would you say those frequencies? Because you have your sound bowls and then you got the drums, and it came to a point where people got even more comfortable to, like, when you say release, like people release when
yeah,
it's a release. Nah, you screaming, like you let
yeah,
it out. Or some people might, me personally, I'm one of the ones that sit there, and if I cry, I cry. It's more
yeah,
of a, while it's still releasing, it's more of a silent release, but it ranges from different people. So
yeah.
kind of speak about like the frequencies and how that affects us, and the breathing and everything, how that works on the inside to help us release some of that anxiety.
All right, so the breath work and the frequencies and the breath work. So first the frequencies, these are all the sound bowls and the drums are tuned to certain frequencies that speak to certain chakra areas in your body. So you got your root chakra, your solar plexus, your sacral, your heart, throat, crown, and your third eye chakra. And each sound bowl has is tuned to a different frequency to
Mm-hmm.
speak to different energy sources in your body, as well as the drums. So by doing so, we combine the frequencies from the drums and the sound bowls, combining those with the breath work. And what the
Mm-hmm.
breath work does is the breath work helps regulate your nervous system, slow down your heart rate. So ultimately, it eases your mind and it relaxes you. And when
Mm-hmm.
you able to when your mind is at ease and you able to relax, then you able to breathe calmly and fully, and then you able to think clearly, and you're not anxious about what's going to happen, and you're not stressing about what has happened. You
Yeah.
kind of like really in the present moment, and at that time, you could really check in with yourself and see
Yeah.
like, okay, how do I feel right now? So right now, like I'm actually good. I'm kind of like stressed about the shit that happened yesterday. I'm a little anxious about this test I got tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
But ultimately, I'm doing good today. So
Yeah.
now that alleviates the stress and that alleviates the anxiety right there and there, because it's like at this very moment, what I can control and what's going on in this present is I'm doing good. So the frequencies and the drums just help us lock in.
Yeah.
And meditation is ultimately for us is connecting the mind, body, and the soul.
Mm-hmm.
Your mind, your body, and your soul in unison with each other. And once your mind, body, and your soul in unison with each other, then you could think clearly. You
Yeah.
can focus. And then now you're not just irrationally thinking or irrationally making decisions and making movements, or you're not allowing past experiences to affect your present moment, and you're not allowing things that haven't happened yet affect your.
Mm-hmm.
So
Intrusive
that's
thought.
what it is. Yeah, like that's why it's like let's heal together. I don't know if you
Mm-hmm.
see the shirt or whatever.
For my shirt.
But that's ultimately what it's about. Like let's heal together. And
Yeah.
the beautiful aspect about it, um, the community aspect behind the sessions are vital because our collective experiences are able to help each of us get to the next level. So if you could hear about somebody like this person been through molestation and homelessness and grief and death, and you listening to how they overcame those things or how they're overcoming them, it'll help you get through some of the things that you're going through at the time. But also in reverse, when you're able to speak about your transgressions and your failures and your heartaches and your pain and your trauma, when you're able to speak about those in a public setting around people, you're able to take ownership of it and have control over it, so it's no longer controlling you.
Right.
So it kind of helped eliminate the shame that we have, that we carry around based on our actions, the pain that's associated with our trauma, and our grief. It just ultimately just help us, like, and then you're able to see people that look like you,
Mm-hmm.
and you're able to see that you're not alone. You know, a lot of times we feel like we're alone.
Yeah.
We feel like don't nobody understand me, don't nobody get me, don't nobody like no, but it's like, yeah, it's hard for somebody to understand you and get you when you don't even speak about it. You don't even really understand and feel and get yourself.
Yeah.
You know, so those are like all the aspects. I know I kind of said a lot, but ultimately like the frequencies and the drums are what help us get grounded and get centered. And then the breath work, I strategically use these specific breath work exercises that I do, and they all are for stress relief, anxiety relief, as well as like mental clarity and calmness. So those are like the biggest things that I like to focus on. And
Okay.
community.
In community. And I definitely, again, you personally know I have done a lot of these exercises a lot. So even with me, trying to find myself back to that community because it was definitely helpful. I'll be in the car, anxiety, all of that. So be like, what RC talking about? My tongue is at the top of my mouth. My teeth
Yeah. Your
together.
jaws
I'm like,
clenched.
here
Your
like this.
shoulders all the way up here. Be like,
All the way
relax,
up here.
relax. Yeah.
So I'll be again in that. That's so cool because despite that, I haven't been in a minute and haven't been consistently. I still remember those things. Like that stays stuck in my mind because it helped.
Yeah.
And it's like a constant reminder. It's like, okay, what RC say? Okay, what we do in class? Wait, okay, calm down. But because it helps. It
It
helps.
helped. Yeah.
Creatives have anxiety out the
Yes.
wall. Entrepreneurship, Black people in general, men and women, we have
Yeah.
so much changes and losses are going around, and it's hard to do life and still deal with that. You still got to find the space, the community that will let you breathe. And I find it
Right.
interesting that you feel more comfortable or it's more available for people to go to pretty damn near a group of strangers almost because you can't, it's almost like you can't go in your immediate circle because then
Yeah.
the people that you think that should understand or hear you out the most, but then it's when you go around this group of strangers that can't be biased, that can't just be like, put the traumas back on you or,
Yeah.
let's sweep it under the rug. It's like, damn, like you go, not only am I not alone, but somebody is dealing with this with me and they can't go to the people close to them. So it's
Right.
just like, damn, you connect. Yes, it's not even, I don't even want to say it's a trauma bond. It's like while we're connecting and releasing at the same time. So
Yeah.
you know what? Let me get in contact with you. You dealt with this. Well, how you deal with your so and so like this? Because I'm stressing.
Exactly.
So that's cool. Since we in like we're talking about mostly creatives, I forgot what the creative chakra is. I know throat chakra. A lot of creatives need, of course, for releasing purpose. But what's the creative chakra?
I would say to
Or
be more around your sacral, now your solar plexus, sacral chakra,
okay.
around
So
that.
tell us how to, so between sacral and your throat, tell us some exercises or something people can do at home to like help with creativity, help with, vocalizing what they need to. just kind of, getting things out. Even if you writing down on paper, if you a poet, if you're a rapper, if you're a singer, or you just somebody that just like, I need to learn how to just go through my day to day and speak what I need to speak, or go to work at my 9 to 5 and learn how to create this project without and remove the stress and anxiety.
I would say like the first thing, or the most important thing to do for any creative that's looking to like unblock or balance those things
Mm-hmm.
would be to like identify, like acknowledge that you have a blockage,
Mm-hmm.
and identify like what that blockage is. So like, cause it varies from different people. So why do you have a hard time speaking your truth?
Mm-hmm.
Is it because like when you spoke your truth when you were younger, you were told to be quiet, you were silenced? Was it because when you spoke your truth when you were younger, nobody held space for you or listened to you or would entertain it? Was it because like you didn't have anyone to speak to at all? So you
Mm-hmm.
just learned to kind of like compartmentalize things and keep them to yourself.
Yeah.
And then the creative part, like, do you lack the creative energy because um, when you did create, it never was received. It was never like when you created the first time when you was young, and maybe your parents was like, "You need to stop doing that. You need to focus on this. You
Yeah.
don't need to be doing this. You need to be focusing on that." So you kind of silence that going in. So it's like I say like get to the root of you and get an understanding of who you are truly, and get an understanding of what your trauma look like and what emotional trauma look like for you. Um, Emotional trauma looks different for everybody, and the severity and the levels of it are different for each individual. So me and you could be raised in the same household and be faced with the same experiences, and your trauma level is here and mine is here. The way it affected you was here, and the way it affected me is here, and it could vary. It's different. So I say for the individual, especially being an artist or being a creative, like really like tapping into yourself, and that's what the meditation and the breath work do. Help you tap into you and really get an understanding with you and build a better connection with yourself. So, like we raised to have a great connection with God, with our higher power, with our sources outside of us. We raised to have good relationships with our managers and our bosses and our parents, authority figures, the elders, but we're not raised to have a great relationship with ourselves. And I think that's the main focus to get to the root of who you are, why
Yeah.
you move like this, why you operate, why do you like to create?
Mm-hmm.
Is creation just a therapeutic release for you? So maybe like your throat chakra, it's not meant for you to be giving it to the world
Mm-hmm.
with your voice vocally.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're just a great writer.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Maybe you're a great singer, but you're not a great writer.
Yep.
Man, you understand these things like I could sing well, but I can't really write, and that's why I ain't really got no projects. So I need to connect with some writers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I could write my ass off, but like I don't have a passion to sing, or I don't have a
Mm-hmm.
passion to rap. I don't have a passion for that. My passion come with the pen.
Yeah.
But when you understand that for yourself as a creative, as an artist, you know how to operate and you know how to go about things. So that would be my best advice for anybody that's starting off. Now, as you get deeper into that and you see like, okay, my throat chakra is closed because of this, because of this, because of this, because of this. Now we can start to work on practices and tools to be able to help you open that back up. And then it's different herbs, it's different frequencies, it's different journaling activities that go into that. So like once you get to the space where you know and you can identify and acknowledge, identify, you've processed it. Now you can begin to create those solutions for it. So I just say for anybody that's listening or anybody that's watching, like get to the root of it for yourself and see what it is and get a better relationship with it and a better understanding.
Because the first step is admitting
Yeah.
problem.
Exactly. What
Like,
they say in the 12 step,
yeah,
acknowledge.
so like
Yeah.
you have to, and I also think it's so cool because again, remembering walking into your meditation spaces, like you will have like a paper. We pull stuff, we pull cards, and be like, okay, what'd you get? And I remember she's so cool. She know I never liked pulling those cards because I always got something that I was dealing with. And it was
Yeah.
just like pulling those cards and then writing about it. It was like even if you didn't share it with the community, it was like the fact that you writing that how you feel on the piece of paper, or the lack thereof, or whatever your emotion you pulled. I'm
Mhm.
feeling anxiety, of course. So it's just like, dang, I gotta write this down, and I really gotta sit here and be like, why do you feel anxiety, and like
Facts.
visualize it instead of just going my day and just setting it aside and pushing it. So I definitely love that journaling part. And all what you said is true. I want y'all to know RC has books out. So if y'all, where can they get your books, especially if you not in Houston?
Amazon.
Okay.
My full name, Ronald C. Lee Jr. Could type it in. I got 2 books. One called Transformation, Breaking Generational Curses and Mental Barriers. My other book is called Liberating Lyrics. It's a book of rhymes, my poetry book, some of my favorite songs that mean the most to me. Mine that. And you could just reach out to me directly. I ship if you don't want to go through Amazon. Amazon get a cut. You know what I'm saying? So if you
Yeah,
want everything to go
perfect.
directly to me, you can reach out directly to me, and I'll make sure I'll be able to get you your book, a signed copy of the book.
Yes, and
And
that is
you can purchase
his tag
that.
name, y'all, in the box. So y'all go to his IG and hit him up directly.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to ask, like, because I wish it would flip my camera, but just how beneficial, like some of the things you do on the side outside, like for yourself, that helps. So even just of an hour ago, a few minutes ago, you posted you were cleaning your plants. I I remember the plant that you gave me. I kept it alive for so long, and then my ass started not coming home and not watering my plant every Sunday. And my poor little baby still got the pot though. But my girl has all these plants and stuff. She actually water them right now. We got bell pepper, mango, and stuff. So I see, like, for you, like cleaning up, listening to gospel music while you clean, cooking. Like, tell me some of the activities you personally do, like set aside to get you together.
So for me personally, I do a lot of work in the community. I deal with a lot of energy from people like every day. And also building this up from scratch. This is something that's like that I'm introducing to our community. Like meditation and mindfulness and like healing. Like this is not something that we do as a people or was raised to do at all. So for me to decompress, what helps is like I like to clean. I like decluttering. Like clutter to me is like
Where demons stay, demons stay.
yeah, when it's clutter around, like it's like you know what I'm saying? So it's like
Yeah.
I like to be intentional with taking time to like clean, um, and really just like clean my space and keep the space clean. But also my plants. Um, I'm a plant dad, of course, and I think I got like over 50 plants now, maybe close to like 70-ish, I want to say something like that.
Ooh, you need a garden.
Um, and I keep the plants and like they all are different, but it's therapeutic and taken care of because I can see like my peace lily starting to droop down. It's like, damn, I ain't been taking care of you. I've been kind of like neglecting you because I've been
Mm,
focusing on the monsteras.
mm,
And then the pathos, they don't take a lot to care for, you know what I'm saying? So it's
mm,
like I kind of could put them on the back burner because they don't really need care every week. They need like
mm,
every couple of weeks, every 3 weeks, they want to get fed.
mm.
So it's like life to me, dealing with the plants and seeing them like, and it's just like that responsibility of um taking care of like a living organism that's like not a human or doesn't like speak verbally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
They'll
you get what
show
I'm saying?
you. They can't tell you, but they'll show you, like, hey, I need some water. Hey.
Yeah, so it's like learning them, but I also get to see like when I'm in a space or when I'm super busy and I'm hectic, I
Yeah.
can look at my plants and tell, like, man, you've been on the go. You need to rest. You need to feed them and you need to rest.
Mm,
Because if you ain't, because when I rest, I feed them. When I'm
yeah.
rested, I'm taking care of them. So I can see like, oh, you need rest. Like it all coincide with each other. So
Yeah.
Definitely like I'm getting back into exercise and getting back in my routine. Um I took a couple of my mother and my grandmother passed away about
I'm talking-
14, 15 months ago.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of grief eating. And I went to like the comfort foods and the late night snacking. So I put on some extra pounds that I particularly don't want right now. And but I'm back like mentally, I'm in a space to, like shed that weight as well as a lot of other dead weight that I picked up along the process and the journey. So my self care regimen is looking like meditation, yoga, exercising, a lot of calisthenics, cardio, taking care of my plants, keeping the home clean, and cooking. I like cooking; it's very therapeutic for me as well. Cooking, so
Yeah.
yeah, those things. And like I'm an artist, so I like to write, I like to draw, I like to paint, I like to color. I do
Yeah.
all these things. Like I get connected with nature. I stay connected with nature.
Hmm.
Um, like sunlight, like get outside and get some sun. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like not like high noon sun because you could still get burned from like especially down in Texas or anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, you on yeah. So,
And some ain't
but
even hit yet, Lord.
yeah, but get some direct sunlight. Like look at the trees. You know what I'm saying? Look at the grass. Like really, like look at the clouds.
Mhm.
Look at the moon. Look at the stars. Like really just
Yeah.
tapping like unplug from this.
Mm.
So if you're watching this right now, like take some time today to unplug from whatever you plugged into right now, and just go get connected with nature. Like see where the moon at, how the moon look, how the sun look,
Yeah.
the stars at. Like um, so the trees in your neighborhood in your community. Like check them out, get familiar with them. Like really get like the small things that happen in life every day that we have no control of that happen whether we here or whether we not.
Yeah. Facts. I like that. And the fact that you said just help, like again the things that you do to help yourself release. Um, I saw a post. I think it was Bun B. It was somebody. It was some Houston rapper, and he said, "If you ever have writer's block, then you ain't got shit to talk about." And he was like, "Go experience and go, you know, you ain't live life." But the fact of the matter is, like you said, like watching your plants breathe and or feeding them or can tell like your lifestyle by the way you look at your plants, look at the stars, the sun, and everything. Do you feel that like what's your definition on writer's block? And of course, doing the things that you just said will help you release and get out of those things. But do you necessarily feel like you gotta go travel and do stuff to write something or come up with something creative, or can you just be around your family, your community, your friends, do your day to day, and still be able to create without the necessarily like, oh, I gotta talk about the typical shit people talk about? Because the whole point is we trying to heal, and we can't. While we do like it, like damn, every song can't be I'm shooting a nigga up. Like, how do we release that to where it's like, how do I come up with something more creative, more heartfelt, more in touch with other people? Do you so basically what's your experience on writer's block and how to kind of get out of that?
Man, I kind of feel like I have writer's block right now, honestly, me personally, in my personal artistry life,
Mm-hmm.
in the sense of well, like, so for me, when I first started writing, I was writing to release. Um, and then that was like my only tool at the time to really be able to express myself authentically was through my
Mm-hmm.
art. Through the releasing that, now it's like kind of going back off the example you gave was like I feel like I'm living right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like the things that I'm going to eventually write about are happening right now.
Yeah.
But also sometimes we get in spurts where we able to write a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and then you will have a spurt where you can't write, but it's like you just wrote like 6 months worth of shit.
True.
So maybe you need to go back. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And look at the things that you was writing and edit those and add to them and recreate, because it may be like a poem or a song that you started that you didn't finish.
Mm-hmm.
And or that you started, you're like, I don't really like how this sound. I don't really like how this, the direction that this going.
Yeah.
And then you revisit it and be like, oh, this was for right now. And then be able to pick up.
Yeah.
So anybody that, if you got writer's block, my suggestion is kind of like go through your old, what I would say to sum all that up would be to go through your old work
Mm-hmm.
and go look at it and then like tap into the energy. Like, man, how did I feel when I was writing this?
Mm-hmm.
What was I going through when I was writing this? And like reevaluate that, but also reestablish a different relationship with your work and with your art. Because sometimes our work be dark because we was going through a dark ass time at that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, or if our work be real light and loving and jolly, but it's like right now that ain't how life looking for me right now.
Yeah.
So like that lovey-dovey jolly shit is not like in the cards of my writing. You know what I'm saying? Right now, like I feel this.
Yeah.
So I would say go back, revisit it, look at it, reevaluate it, pick up where you left off on some things.
Yeah.
Ultimately, if I was to give any advice on that, but I'm kind of giving that advice to myself. I've been having to go back and look at like my old writings, stuff that I was writing a couple of years ago, even like that was incomplete, and now I can complete it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, okay, now you got the experience, like, and then it's also, are you writing to perform? Are you writing to record, or are you writing to release?
Yeah.
Are you writing to get it out? Are you writing yourself out of depression?
Mm-hmm.
Or are you writing for your next album or your next project?
Yeah.
Are you writing because it's therapeutic for you, or are you writing because you got a paid gig that you gotta, you know what I'm saying, that you want something new for? So it's like understanding all that, like what's your energy and your purpose behind your writing in this season right now, whatever it is, if you have a writer's block. So it's like, what are you even trying to write for?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because it may be like, it may not be time to write. Or
what's your purpose?
Yeah, like what's your purpose to writing right now? It's like, I can't write now. Like, what you writing for?
Yeah. Okay.
And really ask yourself that and understand that.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I do like that because I have so many things I type in my phone, and I can't tell you poetry too. And for me, that's how I kind of started out, kind of trying to ease and learn how to rap, because poetry, you got a whole bunch of words you could put, but in rap, you got a cadence, you got to follow and all that. So how can I take out half of these words but still get the same emotion from what I got here? And then going back and looking like, oh, how do I feel with this poem or this rap or whatever? So that's dope. I kind of wanted, if you didn't mind, for you to kind of us to do like some things that you do in class, like a breathing exercise, or I know the imagery thing. I definitely want to get out there. RC does this. I think it will typically be at the end of his meditations, and he will ask you to visualize what was a blue dot. And I was like, a blue dot? I can't do that. And it helps with your imagery and concentration too. And so when you sit and meditate and you breathe and you really you have to focus and concentrate on a circular dot, whatever color y'all want it to be. It could be blue, red, yellow, whatever. But then I also literally close your eyes and imagine yourself like where you want to be in, or what, a certain time frame that you want to look like that's your time to go within yourself. And I think that's dope. So I wanted to know if you wouldn't mind doing like one or two meditation things that we could go. Oh, we got your YouTube page up.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play? Do you have a certain video on here you would like to? You want us to play to get like a good, give everybody like a good imagery of what you do.
I say the midweek release HTX, so like that third video.
Okay. Yeah, that third video. Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta let it go. We gotta let it go. Oh. are holding back must release. I can feel.
So here we doing our breathing exercises. This fire breathing. This is the rhythmic breathing, breathing deep. And like just the sound-based experience. At this point, I got people like really relaxed just after all the breathing and the journaling. And now it's just more or less like time to reflect, time to meditate. And I kind of just go around with the sound bowls, with the frequencies, trying to like give everybody that.
We here, even though we on our individual paths.
That they need. That's just you in the video. You saw yourself.
So I'll leave here going all out on our personal journey. But again, to be able to come together and congregate with each other. And
yeah, just real big on community.
And also be able to come somewhere and get heard. You know what I'm saying? How many people in here is you feel like you don't get heard? You know what I'm saying? Like people not understand you're not here.
Y'all meet so many people here, so it's like you connect with
our homes,
that you
our jobs,
as well
around our peers. You know, like just feeling misunderstood, or feeling like not being heard. We're just a place for you to come in and say,
here we go. I'm moving with you.
What's up, man? What's going on, man?
Come on, man. Come on.
Yeah, come on, man. Come on, man.
I understand everything.
Well, we got Tata with the Bata right here. You know what I'm saying? You got meditation with RC in the building. We just had a successful event. This is the first midweek release.
He sold out. Put 5 more tickets. Sold out.
Sold out again.
Put 5 more. Sold out there.
Right.
Put 5 more. Sold out there. We got juices next week.
Yeah, all that.
But that's the type of energy not only that you need around you just in general, but somebody that's also going to be with you, like helping you with the meditation. Really, you need that connective energy. So again, when you're not feeling your best, have that energy, like you releasing and meditating with us. So this is so dope, and thank you, sir, for pulling up that video so people can get like a visual. And I know that was Earl. That was Earl talking. So to end it, we coming up on the last few minutes. Just give us like a breathing exercise right quick that somebody could do like in their car or something.
So a quick breathing exercise that anybody could do. It's like simple as box breathing. And box breathing, you breathe in through your nostrils for 4 seconds. You hold your breath for 4 seconds. You release from your mouth for 4 seconds, and then you hold your breath for another 4 seconds. So anybody listening that want to participate, just close your eyes. Take some deep breaths in. Get yourself grounded. While you're taking these deep breaths in and you're getting yourself relaxed, I want you to think about a time or a place in life where you were genuinely happy. Just happy, like picture it, visualize it, see it. What does it smell like? Does it have a taste, a sound, a scent? As you do this, I want you to say within yourself to yourself, I want you to tell that person that you love them. And and kind of like just sitting there for a second. And now, as you go into the breathing, I want you to take another deep breath in. Fill those lungs up. A deep release. One more deep breath in. And let out a deep sigh. And then breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Release. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. Release. 2, 3, 4. Hold. 2, 3, 4. That exercise good for any type of stress relief, anxiety. If your mind like all over the place, you unsettled, Just go over that breathing exercise, and like you will be focusing on getting to the next breath and getting to the next part of the cycle. You work through that a few times, you will be then forgot about, everything that you be like, what the fuck I was stressing about in the first place anyway. Like, all right, come on, let's go. And also I want everybody to be participating in that to be able to understand the power of your mind. That if you were able to go back and visualize yourself in a happy space, that means you can see without your physical eyes. That means you told yourself you love you. So that means you could speak without your physical mouth. That means you could hear without your physical ears because you heard it. And then you also able to go back in time. So if you were able to go back in time and see and hear and speak, that means you could probably smell and you could probably taste. So if you could do that in the past, that means you could do that in the future. So that means you could project. So that means you could see the life that you want. You could see the happiness. You could see the joy. You could see the home you want, the car, everything you want. You could visually see it. And once you could visually see it, now you can see it. You know it's real. And now you can start taking those steps to get there.
Yeah.
So that's just how powerful your mind are. How powerful your mind is all the time. So stop sleeping on yourself.
Facts, and thank you for letting us do that. Again, y'all, I'm sitting there doing so you can see first of all how easy it is and how releasing and relaxing it is, and you can't leave in the same mood when you go to RC's meditation class, or you leave with some type of clarity. And maybe I don't know, maybe you might do a live session for you people who aren't in Houston. I don't know, maybe we could try to get him to do a little something, do a live meditation.
Yeah, I'm working on creating something like a platform specifically for the people, a live community, a virtual community, because I don't want to just keep it closed off to only people here in Houston. But like at the beginning of my practice, I want to make sure that I was creating a safe space for those that's there, so people are speaking, and I don't want someone to be speaking about something that they're keeping amongst us.
Yeah.
And you got 300 people on live, or somebody on live, whatever having they look, or me neglecting the people that's on live because I'm only focused on those and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about doing it. It's Saturday right now, so I'm thinking about doing the Saturday class at maybe like 12. It'll be virtual.
Mm-hmm.
I just got to figure it out. Follow me, follow Meditation with RC, stay in tune. But that's definitely something that's in the works, that's coming, so that I can really tap in with anybody that want to be connected with me, in virtual space.
Right, well, thank you, RC Love, for coming on today and telling us just ways to help heal ourselves, ways to help release, meditate. Thank you for bringing this art not only to Houston, but just showcasing it and spreading the word of natural healing. So y'all definitely tap in with RC. Again, his books, yes, they are on Amazon, but we would love for all the money to go to the back on. So hit up RC on his IG so you can get your books, shirts, especially if you can't hop in on the meditation. So we definitely appreciate y'all. And yeah, we'll see you next time.